What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and you're watching a brand new episode of Dorks in Movie Minute. Usually I have Nike here with me, and we talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, or a movie review that we've seen or watched together, or something like that. But today it's just me, so you're going to have to bear with me. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Space Jam: A New Legacy, starring Kobe Bryant and the Looney Tunes, of course. I just got done watching it this morning. A very, very good movie. I gotta say right off the bat, this will have some slight spoilers, but I won't get too into the story beats and the details and all of that. We'll just give a brief rundown of the movie, tell you what I thought of it, some of the parts I enjoyed, some of the parts I did not enjoy, and then we'll give our final review. So starting off right off the bat with the storyline of the movie, it's all about King James. He's all about being the top dog. Because he's worked his way up there and he knows how to get to the places he wants to be, and he's kind of projecting that onto his son, who wants to be a game designer, but his dad, of course, wants him to play basketball. So he's kind of harsher on his son, and there's a father-son storyline, much like How to Train Your Dragon, but with less dragons and more basketball and Looney Tunes. But yeah, he ends up getting sucked into the serververse with Ali G, who is our main bad guy here. He is an AI made by Warner Brothers to kind of take these properties and put them in the right direction so that way they can start making money for the company however way they can. And he's kind of like trying to get his name out there and be the best of the best producer-wise, business-wise, whatever. Best AI algorithm out there. So yeah, he's kind of a one-note pony villain-wise. But he does do a good job, and I think Don Cheadle is the best part of this movie. Acting-wise, he's the best actor in this ensemble cast. Then we actually get the Looney Tunes themselves. Well, then LeBron gets sucked into the Toon World because Ali G sends him with the rejects after he challenges him to a basketball game. So you guys kind of already know from the first movie where the setup is and how it plays into the second movie. But I think they definitely took it in the right direction with the sequel here. And they definitely made it more fun. They took everything, turned it up to an 11 like a sequel should, and we definitely get all these crossover characters, all these different universes that WB owns that we get to go into and see. But just to speak of some of the better jokes starting at this point. First off, we get LeBron James dropping into the Toon World, and he drops down, and the very first thing, like his silhouette, when a cartoon drops in, you see their silhouette in the ground or in the wall or whatever. His silhouette was a Nike symbol, had me rolling. It was one of the funniest jokes. Very small, very subtle, that even his silhouette is owned by Nike, so that was actually a pretty good joke in there. Some of the other jokes that got me, we got a return of the Monstars. You did get to see them in the basketball game. It ends up leading to a basketball game. His son has a team of the Goons. They're called the Goon Squad, where they're the super-powered kind of athletes, or game versions of athletes, where they can do these style points, trick things, fire, water, snake, time manipulation, stuff like that. So they all kind of have their own thing, video game style enemies that we're fighting here. But like I was saying, during the basketball match, the Monstars do show up in it, and they're kind of cheering on the bad guys. And then the bad guys start losing, and then they're all sad. So it's cool to show a little bit of continuity between the movies, especially with all the culture crossing and world-verse hopping that happens in this movie. I do gotta say, I did like the animated segments the best. I would say 30% of the movie is animated segments, where it's about LeBron James and Bugs Bunny going around to these different worlds and collecting these the different Looney Tunes. Actually, that's only about 10%. I would say about 40% is the actual basketball game itself. But yeah, they go around to all these different areas, picking up these different characters. We go to the DC world. We see Bugs Bunny and LeBron James as Robin. Daffy Duck is Superman with Porky Pig. Setting up situations. We do run into Superman and Batman. You do get to see Lord of the Rings. You get to see Harry Potter. You get to see The Matrix, Casablanca. That's just the worlds we go into. And on top of the cameos, we got the Iron Giant, we got King Kong, we got the Gremlins, you got Hanna-Barbera, everything. They're all there. Tons of different characters there. But yeah, bunch of cameos. They don't take away from the movie. They definitely add to the movie. Make it worth watching, for me at least, for second viewings, third viewings. Maybe your third character's there you didn't notice, and you hop in and you're like, oh wow, there's the Animaniacs sitting on Marvin the Martian ship, you know? So that was a big plus for me for the sequel. Definitely bring that in, adds in more elements to make it rewatchable. LeBron James' acting is one of the negatives, I have to say. He is not the best actor, especially when it comes to the family scenes right off the bat. He's kind of stale, kind of solid. But whenever he's doing kind of these speeches, these you're not strong enough, you got to be tougher. He has that, but that's definitely a sports thing. You can definitely feel that in his character as well. But I think that the on-screen family works. It works for the story they're telling, and his relationship with his son in the movie. It plays together well. So yeah, it works for what it is. It's rough in the beginning, but you do get used to it towards the end of the movie. He is not an actor. But he's definitely not even as good as Michael Jordan was. But I do have to say, as a sequel movie, I feel that this movie definitely took everything up a notch from what the original did. There are some missteps, but I do feel that this is a good movie regardless of the missteps. It's a fun family movie. Get the family together, have a good time. It's got good morals. It's all about following your dreams, no matter what your dreams are, and everybody's different, so everybody can follow their own dreams. King James wanted to be a basketball player. His son wants to be a game designer. That's fine. Both of them can live their dream and be happy, and that's the moral of the story here. I gotta say, it was a very, very good movie. Surprised me to all ends. Zendaya did a great job as Lola. LeBron James, like I said, terrible acting in the beginning, but you slowly warm up to it and he gets into it towards the end. Don Cheadle, amazing villain, does a great job with what he has, what he can work with. Other than that, good story, good CGI. The Looney Tunes themselves have never looked better, I gotta say. I gotta tell you, they look absolutely beautiful in 2D and in 3D. Their antics are hilarious. There's some funny stuff in here with Granny going in all slow and then doing her Matrix moves. Wile E. Coyote and this, he has this machine that duplicates balls, but he ends up getting sucked in and duplicating himself. And ends up getting into the scoreboard somehow. So a bunch of crazy, goofy, crazy storyline stuff going on. But it's all about, and that's the other good thing, is the game itself. There is no rules like there was in Michael Jordan's game, where they would stop the game because someone's breaking the rules or this and that. This one, there are no rules. So the Looney Tunes can be themselves, the Goon Squad can be themselves. Once again, I'm not going to spoil the ending or how it plays out, but if you've seen the first movie, you kind of know how this one's going to go. But I do got to spoil one cameo in the movie because it had me literally rolling. Like, it was so funny. I was laughing out loud. So we get to the locker room and the Looney Tunes are losing. And Sylvester's like, hey, I found Michael Jordan in the crowd. Maybe he can give us some insight because, he helped us win the game last time. So they get it all hyped up. Here comes Michael Jordan down the hallway. And it's Michael B. Jordan, the actor. So it was absolutely hilarious. Very awesome cameo. Just the small things like that definitely elevate this movie to another level. And I think if I didn't have HBO Max, I probably still would have went out and seen this in theaters after word of mouth started spreading. But it is a good movie. Go check it out. My final verdict on it is I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It is a fun family movie. If it was a more serious movie, I think I would have been a little bit harsher on it. But because it is a family movie and it's made for fun, go out there and enjoy it. So yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. A few negatives with more positives than negatives, I think. But let me know down below what you guys think of this episode of Dorks Movie Minute. Did you guys watch did you watch Space Jam: A New Legacy? If you did, let me know down below what you thought of it. Would you prefer to see a Michael Jordan cameo, or were you happy with the cameos that we got in the movie instead? Did you think it was too much or not enough with the world crossover events and stuff like that happening? Let me know down below as well. And until next time, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, keep it right here on Dorkston. I've been your host, Ghost. Adios.